Here's a list of 5 horror movies you should add to your watch list.
It's that time of year again, so let's get started.
At number 5 is The Pope's Exorcist, a 2023 holy horror that can be found on Netflix.
In this movie, the Vatican's chief exorcist investigates the possession of a boy living in an ancient Spanish abbey wherein he discovers an evil unlike any other. Russell Crowe stars in this holy horror inspired by real-life events. As chief exorcist, he essentially gets into a real-life game of chess with a demon whose power he underestimates.
The CGI in this movie is not too overdone, so the scenes have an unnerving mix of The Conjuring and the old Exorcist style to them.
Now, coming in at number 4 is Vivarium. This 2019 futuristic dystopian film can be found on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
In this movie, a couple traveled to a suburban neighborhood in which all houses look identical. When they try to leave the labyrinth-like development, every road takes them back to where they started. They are forced to stay there until they raise an extraterrestrial, human-like creature to adulthood.
The whole movie feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, just when you think you know what to expect, things get crazier and crazier. And coming in at number 3 is Wrong Turn. This 2021 survival film can be found on Amazon Prime.
In this movie, a group of friends hiking the Appalachian trails are confronted by a hidden community of mountain dwellers who use deadly means to protect their way of life. Suddenly, the friends are forced to use any means of survival, hoping to be found and rescued in time.
Growing up in North Carolina, I always heard the precautionary tales about the mountains, so it was really cool to watch some of those come to life on the screen.
This movie was very different from the original Wrong Turns. The storyline was more sound and unique while keeping the creepiness of the wilderness. Now, coming in at number 2 is Box Barcelona. This 2023 post-apocalyptic horror thriller can be found on Netflix.
The story takes place in Barcelona, so it switches back and forth between English and Spanish. This spin-off of the original Bird Box with Sandra Bullock is about a man named Sebastian who must navigate his own survival journey through the desolate streets of post-apocalyptic Barcelona.
This one definitely had a slow start, but once it got going, it was very entertaining.
And last but not least, coming in at number 1 is The Dare. This 2019 survival slasher film is available on all streaming platforms.
This one's about a workaholic father who awakens in a basement with 3 other prisoners as their vengeful captor runs riot, forcing them into brutal acts of violence. The father engages in a twisted battle to solve the puzzle of his past and save his family's future.
This movie was really intense and gory, and it gave Jigsaw vibes.
And I really liked that it wasn't just a gore fest and actually had a great storyline that came full circle.
Anyway, those were 5 of our favorites.
Comment some of your favorites and like and share for part 2.